Hello and welcome back to Your Excellent Health Service TV. I'm Matt Brown and I'm joined today by Nikki Hillis, who is a nutritionist, and we're going to talk about something that, for me, I'm not a sufferer, but come summertime, I'm very excited. We come from the depths of winter, the wet and the cold, into summer. Fantastic time of the year. I love it. I'm sure you do as well. But for a lot of people, it can be a big problem, and the reason being hay fever.
Yes, exactly. And it's actually on the increase. Apparently 1 in 5 people are now suffering from it, and allergies in general are actually increasing. And they've found actually that it's increasing mainly in cities and towns, so there might be some kind of link between maybe increased pollution, possibly increased stress levels, and that would make sense because it affects the immune system. And hay fever is a disorder of the immune system and is caused when environmental allergens like pollen, dust mites enter the body, and the person that suffers from allergies' immune system sees it as something harmful, so defends itself by releasing antibodies and a chemical called histamine. And histamine causes a lot of inflammation in the body, particularly in the mucous membranes, and that's when you end up with the horrible sneezing and irritated eyes, and it can be really horrible for people, especially when they're suffering from it chronically. And some of the main causes of immune deficiencies could be, as I mentioned, increased toxicity, stress, emotional and physical stress, lack of sleep, but one of the biggest ones they've found in research is poor gut health. And the reason is that 70% of our immune system is located in the gut, and our gut flora influences our immune health. So having an overgrowth of bad bacteria can really weaken our immune system.
See, I always thought hay fever, the clue's in the name, is from pollen.
Yes, it is from different pollens, yeah.
But you mentioned pollution, so one assumes if you're living in a city, as I am, that you're going to be more prone to it, and that's down to pollution. And pollution levels actually in the city of London have been going up steadily over recent years. So 1 in 5 could become 2 in 5 very soon.
It's increasing annually, and it's not just hay fever, it's allergies in general that are really increasing.
And going back to, you were talking about the gut and that being a big part of the immune system, and important to have a healthy gut with the right bacteria. One assumes then what you eat and what you drink can have a big impact on whether you have hay fever, or if you do, how bad that is for you.
Definitely, and there's loads of really great foods that can help lower inflammation in the body and help treat hay fever symptoms. So one of the most important things actually is just to drink water, because dehydration can increase your histamine levels in the body. And then foods that are really rich in vitamin C is really important. Vitamin C is a natural antihistamine, so lots of foods like red peppers are rich in vitamin C, sprouted chickpeas. 2 of the richest food sources of vitamin C is acerola cherries and camu berries, and you can get that in a powder form and just add it to a drink or a smoothie, and that's a really great way of getting your vitamin C. And there's loads of different things. Ginger, turmeric is brilliant. They're both natural antihistamines, and they are also great anti-inflammatories. Garlic, it's a natural, might not be so good on the breath, but it's a natural antibiotic, and really boosts the immune system. It acts to sort of protect the body against any other infections, but also is very rich in quercetin, which is a bioflavonoid that is an antihistamine but also anti-inflammatory. And there's other quercetin-rich foods like onions, leeks, kale, cherries and berries, parsley. So you can get a lot of different things. And something that's really abundant at the moment in May is nettle. You can go and pick it fresh and make a tea out of it.
With gloves on.
Yes, exactly. Wouldn't recommend grabbing it straight in bare hands. But yeah, nettle's brilliant because it really helps reduce the symptoms. It's particularly good for reducing irritation in the eyes. Green tea is brilliant, and it helps block histamine. And something that's very popular is having raw local honey. A lot of people
I've
take
heard
honey.
that.
But it has to be raw, because if it's heated, then it can destroy the enzymes in it. And it works by boosting the immune system, but also because it's got a small amount of pollen in there, it desensitizes us towards the pollen. Apple cider vinegar is great as well. So omega oils are great anti-inflammatories. So there's so many different foods that you can include in the diet to help.
With regards to hay fever is more prominent in the summer.
Yes.
Is that correct? So if you're looking to improve your diet, to improve how badly you suffer from hay fever,
yes.
is this something you should be doing all year as a build-up to build up the immune system before the summer months?
Definitely good to build the immune system before the summer months. And there's loads of supplements you can take as well to help boost the immune system. Probiotics, we talked about having friendly, good friendly bacteria in the gut, so taking a good probiotic supplement's really good. And there's a really great brand called Living Nutrition that does a great formula that's got it's got the friendly bacteria in there, but also fermented herbs, some of the ones I mentioned before, like ginger and turmeric in there. It's also got reishi, which is a medicinal mushroom, and it's really, really good to treat allergies. It's very immune boosting, it's anti-inflammatory, and another brand that does just the pure reishi is Hybrid Herbs. That's a great one to get that from. So really, olive leaf extract's a great immune booster. There's lots of different things. There's a brand called Organic Pharmacy that does a brilliant formula that has quercetin in, like I mentioned before. It also has bromelain in, and bromelain can be found in pineapples naturally. And then it's got a homeopathic remedy in there. Homeopathy is great to treat allergy symptoms. So yeah, lots of different things that you can take.
You mentioned vitamin C.
Yes.
And the body, from what I believe, it's very hard to retain vitamin C. Would you say you're better off using a supplement or actually looking for the fruits and vegetables that are high in vitamin C?
Well, it's water soluble, so you do need to take it every day. And I'd try to avoid taking any synthetic supplements, so it's best to get it from either whole food or food state supplements if you can. And as I mentioned, the two richest sources is acerola and camu berries, so you can get that in a powdered extract form and just add that to juices and smoothies, and that's a brilliant way to get it. So, yeah.
Fantastic. Well, I've not had my lunch yet, so this is all making me very hungry. So these are all the good things that one can do to boost the immune system, and hopefully that will either stop you from getting hay fever, or if you have hay fever, stop making the bouts and sneezes and everything so bad. Are there things you should be avoiding that can actually make this worse?
Yes, so definitely mucus-forming foods. So dairy's the worst for that. Wheat, bananas are even quite mucus-forming. So just limiting your intake of those. Refined sugar, because that really it causes a sugar spike, and that then encourages your body to release histamine. Caffeine and alcohol are also quite inflammatory causing, and processed foods, artificial sweeteners. So yeah, they're some of the foods to really avoid.
So all the stuff that a lot of people will like.
Exactly.
in moderation.
Exactly. Just be aware, specifically in the allergy seasons, to limit your amount of that.
And with regards to leading a healthy lifestyle,
yes,
I assume exercise would be key as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Because that boosts your immune system.
Exactly, and releases and reduces stress. Getting enough sleep. Meditation to relieve stress. There's lots of different little things as well you can do. There's something called a neti pot, and you can add a saline solution to it and flush it through the nasal cavity. There's a salt pipe, which you can inhale, and that really soothes the respiratory system. Getting rid of clutter in the house, because that really collects a lot of extra dust. Making sure you have a shower before you go to bed, because sometimes it can be left on the body, so it just help reduce symptoms. There's something called Haymax, which is like a little balm that you actually put on the inner lining of the nostril, and that's really good to sort of actually attract the pollen before you're actually inhaling it in, so it can reduce symptoms as well. So
a lot of people will take medication, antihistamines, to reduce the impact of hay fever. Would it be better to actually look holistically at your lifestyle, your health, even where you live, if it's a big problem, rather than just taking antihistamines to try and mask or deal with the problem?
Definitely. So it's always, taking unnatural antihistamines have side effects, and they're always just sort of treating the symptoms, not the root cause. So not really getting to the cause of it, like the the lowered immunity, the inflammation, and the gut issues. But you can really change the chemistry in the body naturally and get some really great results. And even one thing that you can actually do is do an annual detox, because that just really reboots the system, cleanses it, it lowers the bad bacteria in the gut. It also helps work on the liver, and the liver has to filter allergens. So just 1 month annually doing a liver detox can really bring big results as well. So lots of different things to try.
But it is about having a healthy, balanced diet,
Yes.
exercise.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, people can't change the location, but just being aware of maybe getting out of the city, getting away from the pollution.
Yeah,
have
exactly.
a break,
That's
try and get out to
Go
the
for
country.
nice walks in the country and really breathe in some clean air.
Fantastic. And if people want to find out more about yourself, and how do they go about that?
Well, they can go on my website, nikkihillis.com, and I'll follow this up with a blog about hay fever as well, and list some more notes and some more herbs like butterbur, which is amazing to treat hay fever. And there's so many different things that you can take, so I'll list that all on my website.
So there we are, viewers. If you are a hay fever sufferer, Nikki has given you a lot of good key points about how you can reduce that suffering, and hopefully on the back of that you can enjoy your summers at last. Nikki, thank you so much for coming on today.
Thank you so much for having me.
I'm sure our viewers will really appreciate your tips there, and they can find out more on your website, I'm sure.
Yes, thank you very much.